70! 70 Timberwolf! 70 Lions! Ready, ready! Shut up! Panther 60! Panther 60! Panther 60! Cowboy! Let go! Ready! Ready! Here we go! Here we go! 60! Hut, hut. Let's go! 6, let's go! Ready, ready, head up! Come on, set! 9, hook! Set, ready! Let's go now! Ready, ready?
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
The punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, has it teed up and ready to go. And here we go from Indy. Marvin Mims now to return it. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10.
Oh, my son!
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. They send a tight end in motion. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Makes the catch. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Nick's now to throw. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. Things going well so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Richardson throwing to start out. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Stephanie! Stephanie Ryan! Steady!
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is
to win it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down, and he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
They go again with Taylor. Like the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
2nd down carry for Taylor. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Looking quickly here.
12 yards. That's good for a Colts. 1st down. 1st and 10.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. They get 22 out of that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
On the ground, DJ Giddens gets it. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Steady.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Telling
one of those drives, Kate, especially on the opening drive. You come to the sidelines, and all you're thinking about, unfortunately, is the failure at the end. It's kind of like being a student. You're so good all semester, and then you just bomb the final exam.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Now Nix. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns. And usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Again on 2nd and 10. Nix to his back. J.K. Dobbins. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Nix now on 1st and 10. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. And the Colts get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Nix's pass intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard
Offense
line.
into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Zone read, handoff to Taylor. That's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag.
Lions. 18 Cardinals. 19 tight. 19 tight. Mustang. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And he finds him in the end zone for the Indy touchdown. The Colts parlay the interception into points. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change.
And he does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Good work so far. He's got room. And this is some great effort. He's all the way across midfield and down close to the opposing 45.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Fits it through the middle. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 7-point lead in the first.
Touchdown, Denver.
Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos grow their lead to 8. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the set.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. Riley Moss with that tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go. 60 average. Warriors 70. Panther 11. Panther 11. 19 Lions.
Richardson sends this to the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
19 shots. Here we go.
Once more now, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he hits a wall, stops at a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this one's going to approach the 10, but looks like it's down right at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter. It's the Broncos out in front. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll have it 2nd and 8. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. They connect on the deep shot. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made and turned it into a significant gain.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Rolling out to his left. He can run it. And Nix slides in safely, doing so after he picked up that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos lead by 14. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
On the ready.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
Richardson back to throw. That's him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Let's go now.
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on 3rd down.
Hawk 7. Here we go. Viking 18.
Trying to get it with the option here. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle. Get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Mustang 19. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. That one nabbed by Warren. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the results. A big gain, 15 yards, and a fresh set of downs, too. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Richardson. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And now they face 2nd down.
Very defensively.
Here's Giddens. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Cougar Knight, Cowboy 80. Hurt.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets a feel in the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Richardson. Left side into the hands of Warren. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Gain of 19 yards. That's another Colts 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Come on. Set. Let go.
Richardson will do it himself. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Okay,
3rd and goal. They need 3 yards here. Throwing now, Richardson. 3rd down and 3 coming up on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this.
Okay, ready?
They want the touchdown on 4th and goal. They're going for it from the 3.
Cup 19, Cup 19, ready?
They'll throw for it. And this is an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts could make it a 1-score game as they cut it to 9 before half. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return. Here's Mims. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Brought in by his back, Dobbins. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Offense up to the line fast.
16 yards. That's good. Broncos 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Nix. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing again. Here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this.
Captain.
They'll throw again. Nix. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Nix to throw again. Dumps it off to his running back. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. Offense to the line fast. Play action with Nix. Vacates quickly left side. Now here he goes. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Nix off the play action. Troutman with the grab. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
First down. It's a gain of 6. And the Broncos first down.
Working inside the red zone. That one going to go against the D. So pass interference on the shot to the end zone, and now they're going to be set up on the goal line with a great chance to get the touchdown anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's first and goal. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes second and goal. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're left with third and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
The kick by Lutz is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
We hear it every single week, Kate, when we talk to these special teams coaches, frankly, the whole team and head coaches, how important just that momentum is coming into break and heading out of break. Well, that was job well done. Mission accomplished to score before the end of half.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Here we go. Panther 11. Panther 11. 70 Timberwolves. 19 Lions. 18 Pioneer. Ready, right?
Richardson now on 1st and 10. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Trap 60. Trap 60. 60 Eagles.
First down throw here from Richardson. Jump off caught by his back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts, and they can try a field goal now before halftime. The Colts are going to turn to their kicker, Spencer Schrader, for the field goal try. From the left hash, 34 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Gould on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Broncos all around him, and down he goes. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a nice chunk. Looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. And he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's across the 35. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Now carried by Giddens. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
They've been doing it.
And he's going to take this one forward for a gain of about 9. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
60 average. 70 range.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Right, here we go, here we go. 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let go.
Looking to throw. He's got it to his running back. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
To the air on this 1st down. Richardson escapes the pocket. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the jump.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Ready. 60 Eagles. Back row 80. 19 Lions. Ready.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. He takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts cut into the lead coming out of halftime. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? You know who Steven is?
Question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
This makes it up to the 25. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, the very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Motioning one of the tight ends. 2nd down, give to Harvey. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Nix with it on 1st. Gets it downfield on target to Sutton. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down Denver.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Headed out right. Finds Troutman. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual-threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
1st and 10 from the 32. Run left side. Harvey. He has room past the 25. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk, explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Harvey has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos grab the lead on their 1st series of the half. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here with Giddens. Nice drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Oh, Richardson fumbled it. And the Broncos corral it. And they're going to take over at midfield thanks to that fumble. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their 1st. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Now an An inside handoff to Dobbins. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Caught quickly on the slant. Fights his way through a tackle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 33. A tight end in motion now. It's Harvey straight ahead. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They run. Here's Dobbins. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here. On 3rd down, here's Nix. They did it! He made the interception! Tarvarius Ward picks it up.
Nix's pass. Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
First call here coming from the shotgun. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Throw right side finds Pittman. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Running it here with Giddens. Shoves one away. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Check. Here we go.
Here's Taylor from the pistol. And he scampers ahead for about 4. It's 2nd down now.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Check smash. Gravity Lions.
Richardson now. Going with a screen to Taylor. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Richardson on third. That finds Pittman complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Cowboy 80.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Tap, check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Ready.
Option give to Taylor. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
Panther 6, Panther
First and
80.
10 at the 23-yard line.
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
It's second and inches.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 by 6, Mustang 19.
Richardson back to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
He's out of bounds to set up first and goal, but they might not get to keep this. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
18 Cardinal, 18. Ready.
Richardson now, 3rd and 2. On the move, headed right. He's making a bid for it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. This one goes for 3 yards. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Let's go now. 19 target. Hot 70. Hot 70. Hurt. Hurt. Right there. Right there. Hurt.
And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
31-31. Rigoberto Sanchez.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. On the return, here's Mims. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Mims on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got first and 10. First play in the drive. Here's Harvey. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Working quickly here.
There on the tackle. It's a gain of 5.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
At the 29-yard line.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and it's going to be first down, Denver.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Nix from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Broncos pushing to get within range for a game winner. First and 10 from the 43. Handoff goes to Dobbins, running left. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Setting up to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Ready. Ole.
Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 4th and long.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, get to dime coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Hold on a second. Chill. Bombers.
To throw. He's going deep this time. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And what a big play that was on 1st down, but we also have a flag. This might be coming back. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Bronco leading. 65.
Here he is to throw. Gets this one to Pierce. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Connects on the crosser. It's inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Taylor. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready, go. Ready.
They go to him again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Get it! 77 Cowboys! 18, 5 in! 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler! Steady!
Now to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Could not beat the defender there. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast as windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate with one hand and not 2 hands ago on the football. You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. And that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's dropped off for Dobbins. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. They look to throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 27 yards. First down.
And they get up there to clock it. 12 seconds to play. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Kill. Over.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. This is reeled in downfield. It's Bryant. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8. They call the timeout with 4 seconds remaining, and we're going to get ready to potentially see overtime.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here comes Will Lutz. A lot riding on this field goal try. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Oh, he missed it! The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And that miss extinguishes the last chance they had in this game.
The obvious disclaimer right here, Kate. Let's make sure the kicker doesn't, well, take the whole blame for this loss. Because, yes, it was a game-tying kick, but this team's performance and missed opportunities throughout, there are a lot of guys going to watch this tape and say to that kicker, I could have done more.
So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.